You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And here we go from New Orleans. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Man in motion here. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet. Those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap now to Young. Catch made by Tuba Hubbard. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alontae Taylor making the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The Saints add a 5th defensive back here. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, give to Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss. Sam Martin on now to punt it away on 4th. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Saints will get set to take over. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Rattler to the air now. And his first pass falls incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Rattler. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. He rolls to his right. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. It slips through. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Rattler setting to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. The Saints get their first look inside the red zone. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Reed now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Chase Young bringing him down there. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Young working from the gun. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. They're going for it, Young. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 28. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Kamara is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pull that in front further, 13-zip. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Groupie to try that point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. We're through 1/4 of this opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young avoids the sack. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
A second down throw for Young. Finds him on the slant. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 40 on second down. Forced back to his right. That's one right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
On third down, it's Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Fourth down, Young. Oh, the back's got it downfield. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th. They're set up at the 35 now. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Second and 10 now. Hubbard hauls it in. And this one doesn't go far.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Panthers in need of some points before the break. Third and long for him here. Connecting on the slant. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. The drive picks up here, first and 10. From the red zone now. Connects with Hubbard. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Pulled in by Tommy Trumbull. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
The throw is caught. He almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he works his way for a gain of 4. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Young throwing here. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up. Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Prater puts it through. And they'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Valus Jones now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. That's complete to Camaro. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Running back sent in motion. To the air on 1st down. Young. He's on the move. Brought in right side. Has some daylight through the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Young on 1st and 10. Throw left is intercepted. And the Saints will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
One final shot before halftime. On the move, headed right. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap now to Young. Caught, nice gain left side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Play action now, Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Escapes the pocket. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Shaheed now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Kamara gets it on the draw. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Trayvon Merritt has it.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. And he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Out of the gun, Young. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Hubbard trying this up the gut. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. The play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. That pass complete to McMillan. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz when he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. We set it down for him at the 38. Young working from the gun. That's complete to Leggett. And he'll get it up to the 44. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Hubbard. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On third down, it's Young. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to get a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Back to throw it. That's intercepted near the sideline. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints get it back on the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here's Young to throw. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Young looking to throw. He's got him. That's McMillan. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Defense shows blitz. Young. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Rush coming for Young. Buys time, rolling right. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up. Young to throw it. Finds him on the slant. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They run it with Hubbard. Runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers get it back to within one score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Shaheed now to return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Rattler back to throw. Taken in by Shaheed. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Flush down now to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. He's back to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He'll throw it. They did it. He made the interception. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers have some new life in the 4th. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it right too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. And this one may be a reach now because the defense comes through with 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception. reception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. He finds Sanders. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Shotgun snap now to Young. McMillan hauls it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And he'll be touched down after a big play. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Young on 1st and 10. He's got it. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Young working from the gun. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
He's got it! And he is in for the touchdown! Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. Now we're trying to keep a sliver of hope alive and make things a one-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. So with barely any time left, they need everything to break their way. Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, then knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So that'll do it for this one with Brock.